A lot of people keep telling me that I need to have a permit. Even my brother said something about a permit, but he couldn't remember what it was. So I talked to my wife, and we worked the problem for about a half hour, 40 minutes or so. She actually spoke with somebody at a port of entry on the far west side of New Mexico, and we've learned the following. If you're over 26,000 pounds, physically over 26,000 pounds, that's your truck, trailer, and your cargo, then you must stop and buy a tax stamp of some sort of 17 cents a mile. And they go on your weight of your vehicle and how many miles you're going to travel in their state. Even though you're apportioned for their state, even though you have IFTA tax for your state, there's still an additional tax that you have to pay. If you are physically under 26,000 pounds, you don't have to do it. So, here's my calculations. My trailer is 10,800 pounds. My truck is roughly 8,000 pounds. And my cargo is roughly 4,000 pounds. To me, in my mind, giving a little leeway for whatever else I may be missing, extra fuel, as I was telling you before. I carry 135 gallons, that's about 900 gallons in fuel. I've used probably about a good 200-300 pounds of fuel so far to get up here. So, any way you cut it, I'm under 26,000 pounds.
Crossing border, entering New Mexico, changing time zone.
Welcome to New Mexico. This is desert, which is where I kind of grew up, in the desert, but there's no mountains in the background. I grew up in Southern California, on the high desert actually, so yep, I kind of like the desert. That's pretty.
Crossing border, entering Texas, changing time zone.
Up to almost 4,500 feet. That's McClintic Canyon in the Guadalupe Mountains. damn close to 5,000 feet up now.
5,141 feet in the air from the sea level.
Almost a mile up now. Alright, we're over a mile up from the sea level. We're 5305. Yes, down the hill.
Warning, curve ahead.
Really down the hill.
Down in the valley so low. Oh, there's gonna be a bitch climate coming back. Dropped over 1,000 feet. Okay, while we're going down this hill here, I thought I would take a moment and talk about controlling your vehicle, going down a hill, braking, so on and so forth. This is the way it's laid out, right? If you're going down a hill, you're going to gain speed. So before you start going down the hill, you need to drop it down a gear, at least. If you're in a manual, you know, definitely one, maybe two. Start up at the top of the hill as slow, and as you gain speed and you start approaching the recommended speed limit or whatever you're comfortable with, you want to apply your brakes. You don't want to ride your brakes going down a hill because that will cause a lot of problems. What you want to do is, as you approach your maximum speed that you're comfortable with or whatever, you need to apply your brakes in approximately 5-second increments. You need to try to slow the vehicle down to at least 5 miles an hour below your target speed, and then release your brakes so they get a chance to cool off a little bit. If you're in an automatic like I am, drop it down out of overdrive. I dropped mine down into drive, and away we went. And then as it was approaching a faster speed or a curve or something that I was not comfortable with, I would apply my brakes. You may have heard them squeak a few times for 3 to 5 seconds. Drop the speed limit, my truck speed limit, below approximately 5 to 10 miles an hour below the speed that I was comfortable with, and release my brakes. As you can imagine, you accelerate very fast, so this is where a lot of people do have problems going up and down hills. Up hills, they overheat because they push their truck too hard, and going down hills, they end up crashing or getting brake fade. And what that is when your brakes get so hot, they don't really want to stop the vehicle. They just kind of try to slowly slow the vehicle, and if that ever happens, you're in big shit. So because the next thing is brake failure, and if you lose your brakes on one of these things, you're dead. So just keep that in mind when you're going up and down hills out here, or wherever you are. All right, I think that's the end of my sermon for now. Bye.
As you can see, we're at the bottom. It's like an old dried out lake bed. A bunch of sand everywhere. Pretty much as far as you can see.
In 1/4 mile, keep to the left on I-10. Over there.
Hey Kenny, you got a DOT up there on the other side of the hatch with a big truck.
All right, brother, appreciate it. It'll get into town, but report.
10-4, that's good. Adios.
I got you, brother. God bless.
Thank you, sir.
Got it.
Keep to the left on I-10. Continue on this road for 15 miles.
I'm smoking myself. Yeah. Oh.
Alrighty. We're in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Got the second load delivered. Now I'm gonna try to hightail ass back to Lubbock, but that's almost 500 miles and I've already done 270 miles. And I have to go back over those mountains, so I don't think I'm gonna make it before I have to shut down tonight. I'm gonna have to figure this out, but that's okay. That's what I get paid the big bucks for, to figure shit out. Logistics. It ain't all it's cracked up to be sometimes. But anyway, yeah, this is Las Cruces right here. Kind of pretty. Up here in the desert. People sure do seem nice enough.
Warning, government head.
It's me again, Margaret. I'm a little bit upset. Border Patrol had me erase the video. I had the video of me coming up there, the dog sniffing the truck, and the guy come up there and asked me if I was a U.S. citizen, and I said yes, and then he goes, "What are you doing?" "I'm recording." "For what?" "I'll put on my YouTube channel, for my travels, like I do for my guys, He's like, "Well, you need to erase that because there's a lot of bad people out there and we don't want them to know what we're doing." And he fucking kept me there until I erased it. Ain't that a bitch? Welcome to America, right? Fuckers. That's some disappointment for you. I'm leaving Lubbock. I was supposed to go pick up a bass boat, and I was kind of concerned about how we were going to get it on the trailer in the first place when he told me about it. But the guy, I told him about the trailer and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, no problem." I got there, it wouldn't go on the trailer, so I had to call the man back and say it's a no-go. Yeah, so that's a shitload of miles for no pay, but oh well. Mother's looking for another load on the load board, and in the meantime, she just said start heading back home. So if nothing else, I can pick up another one for Linux today or whatever. Alrighty. That's what's happening. That's the way it goes sometimes. You get loads, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get a load and you get there and you can't do it. Remember, if I damage that product trying to load it or unload it off the trailer, it's all on me. So, I'm not going to have that. So anyway, I'm on 84 East and I'm drifting down home. Unless mother calls me with something else. And that's what's happening. And that's the way it is. Tuesday, May 14th, 2013.